So Sarah and Eddie, here we are in a social bubble in your particular case.
Absolutely.
Not only are you partners, but you're also playing husband and wife in our wonderful new production of The Ring, of Rheingold, especially Wotan and Fricka, who have at the best, with the best analysis, a tense relationship.
Indeed. No acting required.
Now, Eddie, you've done quite a lot of Wagner productions with us now, as have you, Sarah. But this role of Wotan is one of those very prominent roles that most people of your voice type aspire to.
Yes, I with the operas that we've done with Lohengrin and Tannhäuser, those roles, especially Lohengrin, it's a heavier sing than the Wotan. But because it is the beginning of the Ring cycle, and also he's a central character, there is, as you say, an aspiration for a lot of singers to sing this repertoire, and in particular that role, because there are a few people that get that opportunity to sing this role.
That's right.
So from that standpoint, I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to do it, and I'm excited about it.
Well, we're very fortunate to have you in our ensemble, and so I use that word loosely, but you've been associated with the company for a very long time, Eddie.
Absolutely.
And it's great to see that we're finally in this position to be able to do one of these very, very major roles for you, especially. Now, Sarah, the last time we saw you were being a very loyal but helpless handmaiden on Tristan and Isolde.
Indeed.
Prior to that, you were evil personified, of courz.
Of course,
in Tannhäuser.
wonderful.
You've got quite a lot of experience now in these big mezzo-y soprano roles. They're Zwischenfach, really, aren't they, these roles?
They are, yeah.
Which means they're neither one nor the other. Great singers in the past, like Christa Ludwig, has done both.
That's right. Waltraud Meyer, she did.
Waltraud Meyer.
Yeah,
so I think we're fortunate to have an artist of your voice type in town as well for these roles.
Oh, it's a total joy to do this. I adore Wagner.
Yeah. And of course, you go home and just speak in a Wagnerian manner, I guess.
Well, of course, yes. As I say, there's not, especially in this role, not a lot of acting required. Every morning, it's, Fricka and Wotan.
Yeah, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Just speak some Wagner Deutsch to each other.
That's right.
But on that, as you said, Greg, you said about the Zwischenfach for voices and etc. With the Wotans as well, I think that the difficulty of casting something like this with any company is, do you have a bass with a good top, like a bass baritone, or you have a baritone with certain elements of a bass? So the Halden baritone tag, if you want to say, is one that is one sort of approaches with caution, with a lot of care and understanding, because you have to think, even though this role has his moments, and at the end of the beautiful aria at the end, you have to make sure that you are making it go all the way through. So you have the quality. But this thing of the bass baritone or the Halden baritone, which Wagner cast in this role, heroic, to have that kind of stature, it comes with all that. And for me, I have empathy for the butterflies, or the Toscas, or when the opera's named, you understand what they're carrying, and I think that's what a Wotan carries.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and it's fortunate that you do have that range, and I'm not just going to be praising you unnecessarily. You do have a remarkable range for this, and already we've heard from Anthony Negus how particularly thrilled he is with our cast. Locked away in quarantine as he is.
On Zoom.
On Zoom, but we're getting him out shortly, we trust. And of course, we've also had the benefit of having David Cram and Raymond Lawrence coaching you for quite some time now.
Absolutely.
I mean, we started work on this, 4 months ago?
Yeah.
Well, 8 months ago, because we were originally going to do it in August.
That's right.
And I was singing Fasselt then.
And you were singing Fasselt.
Yeah.
So you've had
an upgrade.
Yeah.
So you were singing Fasselt, so you've had an upgrade almost as prominent as the Australian Test team.
Yes, or the New Zealand one. I think the music is, when I hear Adrian Tamburini, who's now singing the Fasselt in rehearsal, I long for that music because it's so beautiful. His plea, the hearts of the giants, it's like this, they are the most uncomplicated and most pure characters in the opera. We're gods, and I'm such an awful person. But the music is so lovely, but I'm also happy with the music that I have as well.
Yeah, that's so it should be. Well, the wife does stick with you through Rheingold on a positive note.
She does.
And
she does.
takes her revenge in Valkyra,
Yeah.
which we're presenting next year, this time next year. This year we're very fortunate to be in our favourite Wagner theatre, the Regent, which, as we all know, has beautiful acoustics. It's such a vast theatre, we're able to cope with the social distancing required.
Fantastic.
We've got the orchestra out both in the pit and in the front of the stalls, so almost uniquely in the country we're able to present the full 90-piece orchestra, the 7 harps, the Wagner tubas, the 20 anvils backstage, because at the Regent we have enough space. We were very fortunate that things worked out that way. Of course, Valkyra next year, we're lucky to have Her Majesty's another beautiful theatre, which Melbourne is blessed with, quite a number of them. To say nothing of the Athenaeum where we are at the moment.
Yeah, I think also to note as well, in terms of the calendar of 2021 and what we've come through from 2020. And a lot of our colleagues in the arts right across the world, in Europe for instance, aren't working right now.
No.
And it's a shame, we went through this ourselves, but it'd be interesting to see in terms of how many Das Rheingolds are actually being performed in February around the world.
Oh, I'm sure we're the only one.
We're probably the first.
So I think we're carrying a banner, not just for ourselves in Melbourne Opera, but for the arts.
Well, it's true, and I was talking to Lyndon, the Opera Australia has just started up this month, and then we start at the start of next month. We'll be the only 2 opera companies, we think, in the world performing for live audiences. It's terrifying, really, isn't it?
That's extraordinary.
So we count our blessings. We've been through a bit of a rough drought, but nothing compared to our colleagues overseas.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Negus and Carmen were very relieved to get out of Wales to come here to work, and we were very fortunate to get them in a little tiny window of opportunity to get them here last week.
I think when you said terrifying, I understand, because we had that when we had all our work wiped out last year.
Yeah.
But I think also that it's good to know that there is some opera going on, and that's
completely.
so great.
And I must put this in, to our great delight, the sales are very strong. And we're just negotiating with the government now to be able to release more seats at the Regent, which we hope will happen, and that'll mean, because on a couple of performances we're virtually sold out.
Yes, I know.
So it is a very interesting scenario that I think people are hungry to get out there into the theatre again. Looking forward to seeing you both.
Oh, I'm absolutely thrilled.
Can I just say?
love Wagner.
Can I say also?
Can I say
Can I
something?
just say something? To
You
Sarah?
just talked.
They're fighting.
You said this is
already.
already, yeah. You see, I'm apparently the king of the gods, but I'm married to Sarah, so
Oh
it means
my
nothing.
goodness.
It means nothing.
Only.
You can see who talks
What would you
the
like to
most,
say, Sarah? Go.
but you can also see who
George-
has the rule of
it's
the
all-
house, ultimately, Greg. And it's very
Clearly.
clear.
Who needs a spear?
He does all the talking, but I do all the managing.
Well, we'll see you on February the 3rd, managing away.
I'm absolutely thrilled.